So I just need to get my iPad.
You're still going.
Set up. Yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. It's just a fuzzy picture on here. Okay, so where are we? Okay, so this was the original one. Remember, this is kind of what we're emulating. So we're going to do a bit of sticking stuff in and putting and making stuff, but we're also going to do a bit of decorating, because some of you said that you really wanted to see that. So I've yielded to your, whatever. Your comments. Is that what? Yeah, that's what I meant. Okay, so right. So this is the original. Remember, we're kind of emulating this, but we're not copying it, because I don't want to end up with two identical. At the moment, I don't do anything with the ones that I already have. So I keep making things and then not doing anything with them. So Tanith says she hopes that you are feeling less achy.
Yeah, I'm alright.
So for those people that have just joined us, just to let you know, Brian is here.
So
he's crafting in the background. Okay, so this is what we've done. So obviously the first week we made the structure. The second week we've done this. That's not good grammar. We made this. Then we made this, and this is a bit that I added in, and that bit and the decorating of this is on one of my YouTube videos that I did after recording my live, after doing my live last week. So there's some additional bits in there, so just in case you want to have a look at that, look at my YouTube. So what I did here was I literally made a couple of tucks in the corner, okay, and then I've made a little fold out thing, not decorated yet, it just folds out with a tuck pocket just in there, okay, and that's just a little thing it just felt like it needed something in there, and I wasn't sure what to put in there, so I made something. So that's what I made there, and then this is what I decorated last week after I'd done the original construction of this. Okay, so what I did was I added it on to this part here. Okay, so I was having to think about it just before I came on air and thinking about what do I want to do in there. And I love envelopes. You get so many envelopes. So we're having another envelopey thing, but we're also going to have one of these. So this is a little tuck pocket, corner tuck. Okay, and you can make it either left or right-handed. It's entirely up to you. Okay, and we're going to have a pocket with a windowed envelope. But what we're going to do is we're going to do something different with the windowed envelope. Okay, so the reason why I like using envelopes is you get so many. You get bills. Well, when you get older, Leah, just saying, you get bills. And that's all. Nothing exciting ever comes through the post. Occasionally you'll get a letter in, it's like something most exciting, or a card, or it's just incredible when you get something like that. Most of the time it's like, oh, it's a bill. So I'm going to make something with that, and we'll make that. Okay, so I'm going to move this out of the way so that we can craft. Okay, so this is just a standard bill. So, I don't mind glassine envelopes, the plastic glassine. It's okay. It's not my favourite though. It is plastic after all, like I say, and you have to be really careful, because if you're gluing something onto this structure and then you're heat drying it, this will shrink and go all bleh. So I think that's shown in my video from last week. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to open this up. Now, need to be a little bit careful. So probably not the best job for me to do, because I'm a bit bull in a china shop sometimes. And all I'm doing is I'm opening this envelope up. This is possibly one of the cheapest envelopes I've ever seen, because they haven't even folded the edges over. They literally just glued bits down the sides, and that's it. So I'm just going to open it up. If it rips, it's, you know, it rips. It is what it is. I am what I am. You are what you are. So, I'm just going to open it up. See, like that was like an award ceremony, wasn't it? When you're thinking, just open the damn thing. So now I'm going to tear this bit out. Sometimes these tear really easy. Sometimes they bring all of the surface with them. Don't worry about it. Well, I'm not worried about it too much. Okay, so I'm getting rid of that because that's actually plastic. Okay, it looks like glassine, but it's not. It's a lie. Okay, and this has got a sticky bit here. Okay, so we're not going to worry about that. What I am going to do is I'm going to do something a bit different and radical. I am going to make it this way round. Okay, so although this is sticky round here, we're going to cover it, so we're not going to worry too much about the stickiness. But I might just stick something on it for now, just to kind of stop me getting stuck to it. So I might just put a bit of washi tape on it, or something I can find the end of anyway. This might not be on the finished result, but just any bits that are really sticky, I'll end up getting stuck to them. So don't worry about this at the moment. Okay, so of course, because we're having this on the outside and we've decided this is the outside, well, I mean I have decided that this is my outside. Okay, I need to stick the window to the inside. Okay, so what I've got here is a bit of tracing paper. That's all it is. There's nothing fancy about it. It's not vellum, it's not tracing paper, and it's literally been coffee dyed, and that's it. But it's been dribbled coffee dyed. It hasn't been completely immersed. When you're doing tracing paper and you're making it wet, it goes a bit weird. I don't know, it's really hard to explain, but so it always dries with a bit of a wrinkle to it, so don't worry about that. That's all part and parcel of the fun of it. All I need is a pair of scissors now. Okay, so I want to find a bit of this that I think is a bit more interesting, holds a bit of interest. Quite like that with a crusty bit in it. That doesn't sound very exciting, does it, when I say it's got a crusty bit in? Okay, so I'm going to cut that there, and I'm going to cut that there, okay? So you've got full view of my beautiful arm and elbow there. So, okay, so I'm going to stick that on there. Okay, and we're just going to stick it back in the same way that the original glassine bit was. And we are going to need the glue, which I've stupidly hidden from myself behind the screen. Okay, so get off me. Get off me. Okay. So, you don't need to use anything special glue-wise. You're not really going to be like, you know, being vigorous with it. I have started using this stuff. Well, I can't remember what it's called.
3-in-1.
3-in-1, that's the one. Started using 3-in-1 for everything these days, but just because it's nice and to hand, and it's in that bottle that makes it easy. Okay, so all I'm going to do, I'm going to stick it over there. Okay. And it just adds a little bit of interest. I mean, like, you know, if you want to leave the glassine, the original glassine in, just remembering it's not glassine, so don't get it near a heat gun, and otherwise you'll be upset. You can absolutely do that. The one thing I will say is, whatever you do, whether you're leaving the original in or you're having a new one in, if you're going to use this as any kind of pocket, be careful, because if you've got any loose edges, when you put something in that pocket, it'll catch that and it might rip it. So you need to be extra careful that that is glued down. One of the things that I do is I like to put a bit of washi tape around it, so that when you push something down, the washi tape will like kind of smooth it, like a ramp, you know, when like you go over a bit of where they're digging up in the road. I like, you know, they put a ramp so that you don't like hit it with full force on your car wheel. Okay, so where is my glue? Oh, there's my glue. hide my glue from myself. I'm really bad at doing that. And I also seem to always put my gluing books somewhere, and I don't know where they are now. I've moved things around. Okay, so there we go. With a gluey book. Right, okay, don't rely on the stickiness of the washi tape, because anybody that's ever used washi tape will know that it sticks firmly until you turn your back, and then like it's just curled off the page for some reason. So I'm just gonna stick a bit around there. And again, it's, you know, you're not going to see this. You can use your old washi tape that you don't really like much, or you don't use very much. In fact, I've got loads of washi tape and I never use the stuff. Well, I say never. I rarely do. I should use it more, perhaps. Okay, maybe I'll put that one on last. Get off my finger. Get off my finger. Peel that off and stick it on there. Right, I'm just gluing. I'm perhaps gluing off screen. I don't know. I don't even know whether anybody's watching me. So, like, there you go. So, pop that on there. Is anyone out there? Okay, so I'm just going to stick that over there. I'm not going to worry about this edge because you're not going to catch that edge. So it's not going to matter. Okay, so that's just stuck on there just to make it, you know, stop it snagging. Basically, snagging, that's the word I was going to say. I was trying to think of. Okay, so peel my envelope off the surface. That is only there to stop the glare of the light shining on you. Remember, this is only there to stop me sticking myself to this envelope. Okay, so I'm just going to re-glue. Let's just make sure that we have got that. Okay, one of the things I will just say is, this is your opportunity to decide how big you want this envelope now. Because if you look, so this is where, don't worry about those score lines. This is actually where it folds. It folds on this bit here, okay? And then you've got to fold here, and you want to make sure that that, whatever you're gluing in, fits within that boundary. So this, had I not decided to make it smaller, would not have fitted in the boundary. If that makes sense. And if it doesn't, no worries. Okay, so we're going to have it like that, and we're probably going to have it as a tuck pocket at the top. Okay, so I've decided it's going to need to go fold over on this bit. So I folded it that way around. I just need to fold it back this way now. Okay, let's get rid of that. You just need to keep coming back to your original foot, just as a reference point. Sometimes you just need that check in with yourself. What am I doing? You know, it's absolutely fine. It's perfectly natural. We all do it. We can't, you know, we're not. Well, we're not. I was going to say we're not brilliant. I certainly know I'm not brilliant. You might be. I'm not. So we're going to have it that way round. Okay. So this flap doesn't matter about that. You can, you know, stick it down or whatever. So what I do want to do. I do. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to make a notch out of there, so that it for the mind, it like makes you think, yeah, this is a pocket. Okay, so I've got one of these circle punches now. Okay, if you're circle punching anything this thin, or if you're trying to punch, it doesn't have to be a circle. If you're trying to punch in any way, and then the same with this one. It's weird, washi tape for me. I think sometimes you think, oh, that's really sticky, that'll stick nicely, and then it curls off. And then other times you think, oh, no, that's definitely going to need some reinforcement. And you go to peel it back up again to be able to reinforce it, and it's stuck itself firmly. So you end up tearing what's underneath just trying to reinforce it. So all I'm doing is flipping it over. Remember, this is the inside. We're not worried about the inside. Okay, flipping it over. There we go. We've got a bit of extra strength on that side. And that's just so that when you're putting things in and pulling things out, and putting things in and pulling things out, it's not going to get too damaged. You're not going to get dog-eared too much. just seen, sorry, Brian's just come in off camera with a cup of coffee, and I looked like longingly at that, but I can't have a cup of coffee when you guys are around, because all it happens is when I drink it, it gets on my moustache, and when I lean forward, it drips off. So probably a bit too much information for you, but it's a bit like, you know, those dogs that you get with a bit of like that furry face, like Westies, and bring your project back as a reference. I can't see what's going on because my screen is completely frozen. I just need to let it go, because it's frozen. Sorry. Yeah. Okay, good reference. I'm going to do that, and then I'm just going to glue a bit of this. I could have cut this off. I'm just going to leave it. A bit of extra strength. Haven Power it's come from. It's one of the work envelopes. You know something, at work, because I work in that kind of, I work next door to finance and I work in resources. We get loads of mail, so I just save all of the envelopes from work. So I literally have thousands of the damn things. So I don't just deal with bills at home, I deal with bills at work. How exciting is that? Okay, so we've got this now. I'm just going to take these off, and you know what? This is going to peel something off, because I can tell you now that when you don't want it to stick, it sticks. Oh, it didn't peel too much off. Nothing visible anyway. And if, oh, there you go. See, told you. Oh, well, if it does, it does. It is what it is. Stop singing that. Oh, actually, it peeled a bit of itself off rather than a bit of the envelope off. Right, get rid of that. Okay, so I'm going to have that. I'm going to decorate it a bit more, and then I'm going to have this. Okay, so how do you make one of these? Okay, let's make one of these on camera. Come on. So do I want? Let's make it with the Dotty paper. I've got a thing about this Dotty paper. Again, this is just a bit of like dotted graph paper. It's that dot journaling stuff. Came from Paper Chase, I think it was, just out of a book. I really like this because I don't know, it's that kind of like mathematical kind of, anyway, shut up. I tea dyed this with some tea with petals and things in it, and that's what stuck to the surface. See, that looks like a bit of dye, but it isn't. It's just a petal. Okay, so what I'm going to do is choose which side you want on the outer side. Okay, so you fold it over in half, long ways. Yeah, and then, oh, which way am I having it? So I want it to open. Think about how you want it to open. This one opens with the corner on the left, and I think I want the corner on the right so it doesn't cover the envelope, the thing up too much. Yes, so I want it right corner opening. Okay, so if I wanted it left corner, I'd start it with it that way with the opening on the left, and if I wanted it right corner opening, I'd have it on the right. So no, on the left. Sorry, that's the left, Dave. That's the right. Look at your hands. L, left. That's the left. Sorry, terrible. I've always been terrible at getting that right. So I'm having it left opening, right corner. That's right. Okay, if I've confused you all, don't worry. It's, you know, welcome to Dave Land. All your dreams can happen here. Well, they're probably nightmares, to be fair. I got that line so it folds nicely, and then I'm just going to cut the rest of that pocket off. Sorry, I'm cutting. I had to have my tongue out. It's very hard to speak. So there you go. So you've got a nice little cuff there. Okay, we can glue it down shortly. Don't worry about the gluing. Find my little score. There we go. Nice and